I spent my entire life being a Bears fan and strongly disliking or maybe even hating the Packers. Problem with that is that those are all subjective feelings. And yes, I still love the Bears. They are my team. I want them to win. But they continuously make bad front office and player personnel and coaching personnel decisions, which leads to bad coaching decisions, bad player decisions, bad play. Bad players play bad under bad coaches, etc. And the list goes on and on and on. And they still haven't figured out how to develop a professional quarterback in more than 100 years in existence. They still have not figured out how to develop one quarterback. And the bottom line is that when I look at it subjectively, when I look at the Packers objectively, I think that we know that they are the smarter and better organization all the way around. They understand how to develop a quarterback, A. B, they have much better player personnel development, scouting, evaluation, placement, period. When you look at both teams and the decisions that they make on and off the field, you can tell even before the results of said decisions come into fruition that the Packers just have a better idea of what they're doing and that their decisions are going to work out in their favor more so than the Bears. Again, even before you even see them play out, you can tell that they're much smarter when they make a decision and the Bears make a decision. Watching this game for over 30 years, you can tell, and I've been telling this for years now also, maybe less than 30 years, I could tell, that when they make a decision, you're like, yeah, they know what they're doing. The Bears do something, it's like, what the fuck are they doing? Pardon my language. That's not going to work. It happens over and over again. It never stops. So when you look at it objectively, I, as a Chicago Bear fan, can honestly say now in 2024 January that I no longer hate the Packers. And it took me how many years to come to this revelation? Let's see. I started consciously watching football in 1988. It was the first time I actually 88 season, 89 playoffs, 88 NFC Championship game in January of 89. Chicago Bears hosting the San Francisco 49ers was the very first game where I actually consciously decided to sit down and watch a football game. I'm going to watch a game this Sunday. It's the Bears and the 49ers for the right to go to the Super Bowl. This was the first time I made that decision. So, I've been consciously watching football since January of 89. It is now January of 2024, 35 years of being a Chicago Bears fan, 43 years on this earth. I finally decided that I no longer hate the Green Bay Packers. And, why not? I've come to the realization that not only are the Packers a better organization when you look at it objectively, but I've come to a point in my life where I have a stronger appreciation for the state of Wisconsin as a whole. Okay, it's a very beautiful state. It's very underrated in its scenic beauty. It's well maintained state. The people here are great, or for the most part. I mean, there's some assholes everywhere, but um, it just seems that compared to other states across the nation, it's not a bad state to live in overall. You know, with taxes, or even though property taxes are crazy, but like they don't have crazy stupid ass laws like California or whatever. But it's probably more a conservative state than most, even though we have a liberal governor. I don't want to get too deep into that, but I don't know how legit that election was. When you watch the election night on TV, kind of tell that something was fishy. But anyway, Wisconsin overall is probably a better state to live in than Illinois. It's probably a more beautiful, scenic state than Illinois. You know, when you count the driftless area, the shoreline, and Door County. I love Door County. All the north central Wisconsin. I mean, Paso Islands up there by Lake Superior. I mean, did I say driftless area already? I understand Illinois has its own driftless area. They got beautiful Mississippi River line too. They got a beautiful southern tip of the state is beautiful. What's the name of it? I forgot. It's at State Forest down there. It's really awesome. But anyway, I think overall Wisconsin is a more beautiful state. Looking at it subjectively and objectively, I guess it's a better state to live in. I still love the Bears. I hope they do well, but they ain't gonna do nothing next year. I mean, they're gonna hope Justin Fields finally figures out how to play quarterback. I mean, I doubt it. Yeah, he has some great highlight reel plays where he breaks some tackles or he jukes some people when he runs for a 60-yard touchdown, looking like Bo Jackson or something. Or he'll scramble it around and make a throw or something. But he just doesn't have the quarterback, the professional quarterback position figured out yet. Now, I do understand that a large part of that reason is because of coaching and the Chicago Bears organization inability to develop a quarterback. I get it. But to keep in mind, he's still, if he comes back with the Bears next year, he will still be with the Bears. So that just means he won't have it figured out. Whether it's his fault, the Bears' fault, it's just not hasn't happened yet. He lacks the couple of things in his game. He has too long of a windup. More of a baseball pitcher's windup when he throws the ball. It needs to be a quicker wrist flick of a throw, similar to Aaron Rodgers, or maybe Tua, or maybe even the new guy out in Houston has it, the C.J. Stroud, another Ohio State alum who does have it figured out. Figured out in his first year in the league. And you could tell just by watching one game that he has it figured out. Justin lacks the ability to anticipate routes and throws and timing, rhythm, that sort of thing. Yeah, those two things alone is what escapes him and is a very big part of a game that he needs. It would probably make a night and day difference. If he would just figure them two things out, but it's been 3 years and he hasn't figured it out. And as you know, the Bears aren't very fast to teach him how to figure it out because they don't even know. And he had the same problems coming out of college when he was being scouted. And the Bears not only don't know how to draft a quarterback, evaluate them coming out of college, they also don't know how to develop, which I've said a million times just in this video, but I can't say it enough because it's true. And they keep making the same mistakes. When they didn't draft Cutler, but you could almost say they drafted him because they traded for him, made a big trade to get him. It was he only played 2 years in Denver, so you might as well say they drafted him. Which he played well in Denver, but then when he came to the Bears, they screwed him up. They screwed him up inside his head, and he forgot how to play quarterback. And his delivery was also too long. And he just didn't have it figured out. And then now you fast forward to they drafted Trubisky. Even he had troubles with his delivery. and they still didn't figure it out. They still didn't train him how to be a quarterback. And now Justin Fields, the same old story. It's supposed to be a violin, whatever. Same song. But if you look at the Packers and you look at this guy right here, you look at that score. The Packers probably actually believe that they can win the Super Bowl this year. Forget about next year. They squeezed in as a playoff team, 7th seed, wild card. And here they are in the first round of that playoff tournament in Dallas, beating the 12 and 5 or 13 and whatever they were, Dallas 2nd seed Cowboys. 48-24 is the score, beating their ass. Packers started the season 2 and 5. If they win this, counting the playoff game, they'll be 10 and 8. That's 8 and 3 in their last 11. So just in their last 11 games, they have an excellent winning percentage. They believe, I know that they believe that they can win the Super Bowl this year. Whether or not they will, I don't know. Can they beat San Francisco? I don't know. And they might, because I tell you what, just like the Cowboys, they might get caught off guard by the Packers, because no one expected the Packers to be in this position. And usually when that happens in pro football, we've seen it before, these wild card teams that catch fire can catch a team that played well all season off guard, because this team who was playing well all season, thinking they're the best in the league, in the conference, is not expecting a team to be this hot. No one's expecting it. They were thinking one of the other teams that made it, but the 7th seed to come through and be playing this well right now, 8 and 3 in the last 11, that's kind of a shocker. So I wouldn't be surprised if they at least went to the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game. Knowing what I know about this league, watching this game for 35 years, it wouldn't surprise me, not even in the least. But I'm done with hating the Packers. I'm not saying I'm rooting for them, I just don't hate them. Tomorrow's a doubleheader. What, they made this wildcard weekend something else, man. Wow. What, that's because of the weather. But catch you next time.